in and see if they'd play with you a short time, and then you'd see, oh, it's not a personal thing. It's just that the communication, the balance is off.
Right. Now, would we like to move into trying neither of us leading or neither of us following?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's see what happens.
Okay.
No one's leading. We're just gonna let it flow. It might go back and forth. Who's leading might just go back and forth.
And we'll only do this for about a minute because it is a lot to watch when you are an observer and not in the room with us. So we'll only do it for about a minute, but I would suggest that you really push yourself for about 5 minutes. That would be good to keep pushing through so that you have some experience of what different moments felt like. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
So we had that one moment where the pressure was too light. And I was not, it was my fault because I should have been pushing a little bit more. But I was also watching because we switched up body parts. So at that time, I should have given her more support.
Okay.
You know, same thing in a friendship. Sometimes you want to give somebody space, and sometimes you want to, ooh, haven't heard from them in a while. I might need to contact them, give them some support, some contact.
Right.
And I lost contact with you in that moment.
The positive thing about that in these exercises is that, you know, we did maybe chuckle, but we stayed in it. So even if you drop it, the professional thing to do in these exercises, just pick it up and go back into it. Because if you have other people in the room, you'll be distracting, right? Or you'll want to talk about it because it's embarrassing that you dropped it. Just pick it back up and keep going. Stay in the exercise for, I would say, 5 minutes. Yeah.
I would agree.
Okay.
So the next part would be, what if you can't speak and you can't sign? How do you communicate? You can. I recently had a student mention that they were working on a COVID floor. Weren't expecting to, but because this person was hard of hearing and used to reading body language, it was very helpful because when somebody couldn't speak, they're on an event, and you're just reading gestures from people who don't normally use their hands and body language, and they're laying in bed, so it's limited. It's hard. You're reading eyebrows, eye contact, small things, but because of her growing up with sign and being able to read body language, gesture, facial expression, she could figure it out faster than some of the other hearing people. So I just want to give you that. You think, this is only for stage, it's only for class. You might get hit by a surprise where having these skills actually might even help save somebody's life.
Yes.
That may sound really exaggerated, but
It's true.
life is funny.
Yeah.
It goes places
Yeah.
you have no idea.
Yeah.
So,
Now, it's up to you if you would like to push this for, do you want to show 2 sticks?
yeah,
Just real-
short.
Yeah, short. The other thing you can do, because these are places that you can go, you might have more flexibility or ability than we do. We would keep pushing into this for the next hour and find different places that we could go with these things. So I notice we both use our right hand. You might try and use your left hand if you're right-handed. So that would throw you a little bit into a different challenge. You might say we have to stay on a medium level to a low level, or you might say we have to stay high. What are some challenges that you can put around yourself to make this more interesting?
Yeah, high, medium, low, turning around. Maybe even stepping over the poles. So don't give yourself limits. See what you could come up with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so one.
So now you'll notice we can't talk to each other. So there's no voice, and I'm not going to sign because my hands are full. So how are we going to communicate? Okay, so again, balance, communication. You could see, for me, communication is happening with eye contact. I could see Heather focusing on the poles, our hands, where the movement was, body language. If you started to see somebody move, you would either go in opposition or you'd follow.
If I was going to write about this experience, the one thing I think that connected with me well is the times I see my partner get herself into a tricky situation or position that I'm not in a rush to get her out of that. I give enough pressure that she can get out of it herself. And so I don't try to fix it, I just am there for her to help her on her own timing get out of it herself supported. So that's how I would I always jump into the social, and this is what I would write about. I was looking at that and thought, look at that, she got out of this herself as long as I gave her the right feedback to do so. That encouraged me. Yeah, I loved that, yeah.
Also, just, again, what Heather suggested is when the poll drops, and it will drop, it's okay, it's all right. Just pick it up and continue. And see if you could try it again without dropping it. See if you could fix what happened there. Not enough pressure, or maybe too much pressure, so it slid off or it fell, just to figure out how do I make that work the next time, but not get, oh, I failed, ooh, failed. No, there's no failure. It's all experimentation. And it's all helping each other.
And if we stay in that safe spot in our life where we don't drop the stick, then we don't move very far. So the fact that we're taking risks is how we advance.
Yeah, that's how we go forward.
Right,
Also, how
go
you
forward.
achieve a goal. That's how you don't get stuck in a place that you'd prefer not.
So maybe that's where we start to bring the segment to a close, is maybe, let's say, drop the stick.
We're going to drop the stick for now.
Yeah,
And there will be, check my courses, because there will be an assignment and a discussion and short quiz that will connect with our demonstration. Thanks for coming to class.
This was awesome.
It was awesome.
So I'm gonna, because we're doing this just ourselves, to make it easy to edit, I'm actually gonna walk over and get the remote and hang on to this. It was so great to be with you. My remote's down here. And I'm going to encourage you by saying today, drop the stick.